Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review of Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. So, I'm going to mention this before I get into my little reviewy spot, but if the lighting looks different, it is because I actually have filming lights now. I have big fancy umbrella lights. I only use one, I have two, but I'm only using the one because it's bright enough. I think it gives a good enough light, so thank you to Tyler for getting me them for my birthday. I absolutely love them and I can't wait to film a lot of videos with them because now I don't have to have a table behind my camera holding up two lights. If you guys have seen the pictures of like the previous ways I had to film, if you haven't, I might be able to insert one, but that was hell to do every time. Pull the table over, put the lights up, all that kind of stuff. But now I have my filming light, so it's just like pop up my camera, my tripod, pop up the light, and I'm good to go. And I leave the light set up and just sit it right here when I'm not filming. So it's pretty convenient. So thank you very much. I love you. When Tate Collins meets Miles Archer, it's not love at first sight. They aren't even considered friends. The only thing the two have in common is the mutual attraction to each other, and that alone gives them the perfect setup for a strictly sex relationship. Miles doesn't want love and Tate doesn't have the time for love. The agreement seems pretty harmless as long as Tate follows two simple rules. 1, never ask about Miles' past, and 2, don't expect a future. They think they can handle it, but rules get broken, hearts get shattered, and love can get ugly. So I recently, for my birthday, got a Kindle. And I am very excited about it. And I just yesterday got my case in the mail. And thank you to Whitney from Whitney Novels because she has this case. And I saw it and I was like, if I ever get a Kindle, I want that case. I really freaking love this case. And one of the first books that I got was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover because I heard about it through Casey at Casey Ann. And I thought I was going to love it. I really did. It sounded like something that I would read because it kind of reminded me of what I was reading for Dare. The last review I did was Dare, and it kind of reminded me of that. Sadly, I was very mistaken because it was nothing like Dare, and it didn't live up to the expectations that I had for it. I've been having that issue. I've been having that issue with a lot of books. I mean, first it was half bad. I wanted that to be so good, and it wasn't. I wanted Reboot to be really good, and it was okay. I wanted this book to be friggin' phenomenal, and it wasn't. It wasn't, okay? No, it just wasn't. Like I said, I wanted it to be good. I thought it was going to be good. And I actually talked to Nicole and Maria from Let's Talk Books Today. During the live show, we talked about this, which, by the way, we held a live show for 50 Shades of Grey. If you didn't know, we talked about the movie, we talked about the books, because we wanted to. We had all seen the movie. We wanted to talk about it. So the link to the live show that we did is down in the description. If you're curious, I might be able to go find the time where we were talking about Ugly Love, or the times, because we talked about it a couple times. I was not emotionally invested in the characters. I didn't connect with them. I didn't relate to them in any way, and they were just sort of meh. They didn't, like, it just wasn't. I don't know how to explain it. They just weren't what I thought they were going to be. I thought there was going to be more to them, and I mean, yes, they have backstories. So, well, Miles does. I don't really know about Tate. Tate didn't really have, like, a bad backstory sort of thing, but Miles did, and I just was not connected to the characters at all, and I think that was part of the big reason why I did not like this book. The book overall was pretty meh. It was just, it fell flat. I don't know if it was the plot. The plot was like, it was sex, and then they get in a fight, and then it was sex, and then, like, and the sex was not even, the whole book, just bleh, meh. There's nothing to it that I really liked, other than, like, the ending. The ending was the only redeeming quality it had. The ending was good. I liked the ending, and I don't know if that was just because it was the end of the book, but I kind of, like, the last couple chapters, I really that was when I started to like the book, and I wish it was more like that throughout the entire book, because I would have liked it a lot more. I'm really hoping that Never Never, the other book that I have on my Kindle by Colleen Hoover, is a lot better than this one, because I just was not feeling this one. And I need to read more books that I like, because like I've done some pretty crappy picking lately apparently, because the past few books that I've read I've given like under 4 stars, and that's not normal for me, because usually my books are like 4 stars and up. The writing, I didn't like. I'm gonna say this a lot. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way that Tate's perspective was written. She lets herself get used by Miles, basically. He uses her for sex, and he hasn't had sex in like 6 years, and like there's a reason to that, and you find out why in his perspective, which is like alternating chapters between her and him, and his chapters were always 6 years previous, and then it came up to present day. The 6 years previous was ridiculous. I hated his perspective. I hated it, and he was like, he was so creepy in his perspective. Like, you're gonna fall in love with me, Rachel. I love you, Rachel. Oh, Rachel this, Rachel that. It was all Rachel, and it was just, I don't know. I found it really creepy. I know the girls at Let's Talk Books found it really creepy too, so I know I'm not the only one. And honestly, I'm not excited for the movie. I didn't even know there was a movie coming out until I googled what Miles was supposed to look like, and then it was, I forget his name. I don't even know who he is. And I don't plan on watching the movie, because I just don't think it's going to be any good, because I didn't like this book. As you can tell, I didn't like this book. I probably said that a billion times, so I think I gave it 2.5 stars. It almost looks like I put 3 in here, but I'm pretty sure on Goodreads and on here I put 2.5. So that's not normal for me. As you can tell, usually my books are like 4 and 5 stars. Not this one. I cannot stress enough how much I didn't like this one. And I'm really hoping Never Never is better. I heard that that one's really good, and I'm hoping it will redeem my thoughts on how Colleen Hoover writes, because right now I'm really not a fan. With that being said, I have actually redeemed myself in choosing books, because I've already finished another book after that, and I am going to be filming a review for it right after this. And it was a 4-star book, so that's pretty much redeeming myself for the bad choice that I made of reading this book. So that is it for this review, you guys. If there are any books on my shelf that you've seen, if you check out my bookshelf tour, you'll see all the books that I have read, which is like everything from the shelf under here, which you can't see, up. So the first top 4 shelves on each shelf, the bottom shelves are TBR shelves, you should know this by now. But if there are books on there that you would like me to talk about or do a review on, I will. You just have to comment them down below so that I know that you guys want to see what I thought about those books. And also, there is a half-bad book talk thing, spoilery talk thing. I don't know what to call it, honestly, because it's not really a full-length book talk. It's more like a spoilery review thought discussion thing. I don't even know what to call it, honestly. It is coming. I haven't edited it yet because it's really long, and I've kind of been putting it off, so I'm probably going to have this one up first, and then I'll put up the half-bad talk, because that's going to be an interesting edit to do. But it is coming, so don't worry about that. It is coming. So that is it for this review, you guys. I will see you in my next video.